All right, here we go. I think this is part 5 or part 6. I'm not sure what it is, but hopefully we can get this going. I can see the chat. I can see who's here. I can see who's not there too. So we're good. We reset it, restart it on there too. So again, sorry for the technical difficulties. It's one of those Sundays, but you keep rolling. You keep doing on there too. And this is a good test and a good showing and a good application of practice what you preach, motivate, inspire, keep going when things are going to be tough. Things are always tough, right? Things are always tough in life. And if they're not tough in life, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. If you're not working hard at something and it's not doing that, then it's kind of in your comfort zone. And you could stay in the comfort zone if you want, but things, to be a well-rounded individual, I think we'll see where we're at too. So hopefully we'll go for another 20 minutes, the final 20 minutes on there too. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Jacob, J. Kane, Eddie Pizzle, my guy, Lindsay, Larry, Heart of Nixie, Jane again, the Block Spot, Christy, Janie, Xander's Lens. Thank you for bearing with me for it there too, on there as well. So, let's talk about Reality Z a little bit. I watched that. I talked about it previously. It's on Netflix, and it's 10 episodes. It's, a remake, a reboot, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely of Dead Set. That was the UK version, I believe. I never watched that one. I watched Reality Z. And it's over the top, crazy, cheesy, but that's what it is. And I love when shows and movies are what they are. Are they supposed to be realistic, survival mentality, what would you do type of situations? Or would it be crazy, campy, over the topness, right? It's not like you have a little bit of both. You have a little bit where you have different things where you have, okay, it's kind of real, it's kind of survival, kind of what would you do, kind of if there's a realistic way of approaching the zombie apocalypse story. And then there's cheesy, campy, type over the top, jump the shark moments, and you're like, whoa, this is kind of all over the place. Like, say you're watching Sharknado. We all know what Sharknado is. Sharknado is a crazy over the top thing. Zombieland is a comedy, a zombie apocalypse comedy story. It's definitely something that you would have, what it is, and that's okay, But Tommy Griffin, what's up? So thank you guys for being here too. So Lindsay Robb says, Brian, make it rain zombies. I definitely thought that I had that actually in one of my books. There's a weather pattern thing where stuff kind of happens with debris, and definitely weather would be impacting stuff where you're at. And in Florida, winds, rain, hurricane, force winds, for sure. Alexander Romero, great name. Thoughts, Bri? This is the last season of Fear the Walking Dead, and ends with everyone being captured by Ginny. Folks call me Ginny. Her group is part of CRM, and they are all present in the huge migrating group that Michonne saw. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I kind of like the idea where they kind of absorb into World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead. So it's Fear the Walking Dead Beyond or something, Fear the World Beyond or something like that, where it would be kind of a cool thing where Fear the Walking Dead and World Beyond comes together, and maybe they go to where Rick is, maybe they don't. But I would like things to come together in a nice, cohesive, envelope or whatever, and unit where it would come together, and it would come together in a way that we go, okay, I could get down on that. I could buy that for sure. Zach Dixon, TWD. Do you think the Commonwealth soldiers will have the Stormtrooper design armor from the comics or a more military approach? I think a little bit of both. I think it's going to be because they want to replicate some big comic moments. They have characters look like their comic counterparts. Like you had Michonne and you had Jesus, and Daryl's not in it, but Rick looks like, they have certain outfits and boots and guns and weapons and attire, and I think the Commonwealth should look like that. But that being said, they can kind of do whatever they want. I think the more military approach is CRM, because that stands for the Civic Republic Military. So at least we got that answered, right? At least we know what CRM stands for sure. Will Fish, hi, I'm a new PT member, Walking Dead watcher. I've been watching Walking Dead from season 1 to 10 over the past 2 months, and it has been epic. Can't wait for the season 10 finale. So pretty cool stuff. Thank you, Will Fish. Thank you for being a part of our great channel, and we're glad to have you here too. So, what do you got there? On there too. Thank you, moderators, for doing your awesome job. They're amazing. We have some of the best moderators, I have to say. Diana, hey, Bri, did you watch Deny and the Gimple video? I have not actually watched that. I know you messaged it and put it out there in the comment section. I have not watched that with Deny and Gimple. talking about the stuff that's been going around and all that. But I have not seen that just yet. Yeah, Jane says we can go not seeing Ginny again. I personally hope we see her and she gets taken out in season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. That needs to happen because eventually all the villains they meet their maker, right? And we lost a lot of like Shane. Is Shane really a villain? We'll go with yes. So Shane, Ed, Gareth, the Wolves, the Governor. The Saviors, Negan was captured. Like Negan should have been taken out. But the whole idea was that Negan was going to take out Alpha, and Negan was going to do these big moments, and Negan was going to be redeemed, and Negan did all those things. And that's why he was alive. If the goal was to eliminate your threats, which you would probably want to do in a zombie apocalypse, taking out your threats and your people, and, what if Negan was around, right? And there were Saviors in Alexandria. And Negan was all about getting revenge, rebuilding the sanctuary, rebuilding the Saviors, rebuilding what he had, and he was just biding his time, and doing all that. He was inside your area in a jail cell, but he also got out to work and do stuff in the yards and tend to his tomatoes and all that stuff. It was like he could have done that, and that could have been a story arc. What if, Dante was a savior that was on the low end of it? He was somewhere else that came around, but they went the Dante spy route for Alpha, and they could have done different things. It could have. So, but Negan was around for it. But I would assume that Ginny's going to have to be gone, and I can't wait for that moment because she's pretty terrible too. Zach Dixon, TWD. Who do you think will play as Mercer? I don't know, because I don't know if Mercer is a character that's going to be a big, larger than life kind of guy, like The Rock, like a wrestler, like a big dude, or if he's going to be smaller. Like Negan in the comic is a big dude. He's a big guy that is supposed to be tower over Rick. He's supposed to be, muscular and, basically look like Henry Rollins, when he was back in the day when he was muscular. He still was kind of a big guy. But it would be interesting if they went that route or they not, if they had a skinnier role, if they have that. I'm not sure. That's a great question. But I think the casting of all the people they've had on the show have been great. I think every person has played their role great. Now, you might not like the character, but the actor has done a great job across the board, in my opinion, there too. So, Skylar Bowers, hope you're doing okay. Also, have you watched Nosferatu? I've not watched any of that, but I know I want to. I do like the main guy in that show. I've not seen one episode of Nosferatu, but I definitely want to check that out too. So, where did I see a Michael Clark Duncan would have made a great Mercer. I love Michael Clark Duncan. Michael Clark Duncan was a great actor, and sadly he was taken from us, many years ago now. But I love Michael Clark Duncan from The Green Mile and Armageddon, two awesome roles that I love to watch from time to time. And that guy is sadly missed for sure. Connie Ty says Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody on there too. So. Alexander Romero asks, if you could be recast as any character, who would you want to play? Who would I want to play? Man, I don't know. I'd want to be someone that's still alive. I wouldn't want somebody that dies. I mean, I guess Daryl, but I would want to have kind of a love interest somewhat. So what do you say, Glenn? I mean, I don't know. But then Glenn gets beaten with a baseball bat. I mean, that's tough, Rick. I mean, but then let's see what happened with Rick. I mean, Rick's got to deal with all that stuff and all that loss. I don't know. That's a great question. If you could be cast in the Walking Dead world, who would you want to be? What character would you want to play? I don't know. I like the whole thing with Abraham, but I mean, Abraham is how he ends up. Would you suffer the final way your character goes out if you got to be all those great things, right? If you could be Glenn and end up with Maggie, if you could be Abraham and be with Rosita and Sasha, if you could be, who would you be? Man, Xander goes right for it. I'd be a villain, maybe Negan. That's kind of a good one, I mean, Negan's still alive. He's had all the craziness there too, so. Mark Simmons says, I agree. Terry Crews would be great. Terry Crews would be great. He's just so big. Like Terry Crews is just so, I mean, he's awesome. He's funny. He's hilarious. He's just so muscular. I don't know. But it's one of those things. I can't wait. That's something I just wish we had. I wish they were filming. I wish we had, Comic-Con next month, or I wish there was going to be so many things, but, we can't. We're not going to have it this year. We're going to have The Walking Dead. We're going to have Comic-Con at home. We're going to have 2 Skybound panels with Robert Kirkman, one with Robert Kirkman, and then another one with Robert Kirkman and a bunch of people from Skybound. I kind of would love a panel with The Walking Dead. That'd be kind of cool if you had different panels. I would love for actually a Zoom call with Reunited Apart. You ever watch that? I watched the Goonies one and I watched the Ghostbusters one. And if you've never watched Reunited Apart, they raise money for awesome charities. But you also can watch the different Zoom call panel thing, live stream, whatever you want to call it, with, I'm blanking on the guy, Josh Gad. Josh Gad, he's awesome. And they've had great casts of great movies on there. They've had the Ghostbusters. They had Lord of the Rings. I think they're doing Ferris Bueller coming up. I think I've seen Goonies and Lord of the Rings, or Goonies and Ghostbusters. Truffle Shuffle. But definitely check it out. If you love Ghostbusters, it is awesome. Everybody's in there that could be there except for Rick Moranis. I'm not sure why he didn't do it. But also Harold Ramis, who passed away a couple years ago, who was awesome, by the way. Harold Ramis did so much for films that I love that you don't really realize how he's a part of so many awesome movies. And it's just a shame that Harold Ramis, died a couple years ago now. And it's a shame because he was such a great person in the biz. People love him. People loved him. People love working with him. And, I love hearing great stories about cast, about different movies, different productions that are good. Like The Walking Dead, I've heard nothing but great things of so many people on set. Like Andrew Lincoln has done so much for The Walking Dead. I don't even know if the show would have been the same without him, because he was there for cast when people got cast. When he was there to meet them, he was the first one there, last one to leave. He was on set when he wasn't even in the when filming. He was on there. He was around there, and it was great that he was so involved. He was their leader, their general, their person that he was Rick Grimes. He was the man that set things up. And hopefully Norman Reedus is that guy now, or, there's people that have that. They make it awesome, interesting, and fun to be around. Because I've heard stories of different shows and different movies that were like, whoa, what was going on there? This person was a diva, or this person was high maintenance, or this guy was in his trailer, or this person, there's like so many things where like, you heard different stuff about different movies in the past, and like, that guy seems like a headache to work with. And there were several actors that when I took my Atlanta movie tours, I did 3 different tours, and you get to talk to the people about behind the scenes stuff, and they say that Andrew Lincoln's great, and Norman's great, and this person's great. And then you hear about other movies that were filmed in Georgia, that this person was not so great, and this actor was terrible, and that he was high maintenance, and he was nothing but this, and he was that. And it's like, that's terrible. But I could see that, though. I could see some of these high-priced actors that come in, and they're the main guy, and he's worth $20 million to be on set, and he's just nothing but a headache. It's a shame too. So, is it confirmed that Andy will be on the movies, or is it not settled yet? I mean, it's hard to say what's confirmed, what's not confirmed, but I'm going to go with Andrew Lincoln is going to do the movies. He said he's not going to, it's his last time being on the movie, and the show was season 9, but I would assume that he's going to be in the movies. He's the guy. He would never go back on his word like that. I think that it would be pretty cool, because the Andrew Lincoln that I have seen, heard, talked to, and people have talked about him, and people have seen, I've different messages that I've read. I never met the guy or talked to the guy. I would love to, but Andrew Lincoln is a guy that I think is a man of his word, and I think he would be something that is, a person that is going to be and is in the bargain too. So, Zach Dixon, TWD, do you think the Commonwealth, or CRM will go to war against each other as original material? I think CRM is the global, or at least statewide, big branch of it. The Commonwealth could be its own thing, and maybe they trade with CRM, just like Jadis trade with them. So I think that's what you're going to have. It would be awesome, and they really need to do this, in my opinion, to have the Commonwealth trade and have a connecting point with CRM. Because if the Commonwealth is going that route, we need to have that connect with Rick. And the only way to connect with Rick is through Jadis, CRM, and how are we going to do that? It makes sense to have it be with the Commonwealth. Maybe Ginny, maybe the Mountaineers, Pioneers, whatever you want to call them, but not sure. I was going to bring up a question too. I was going to bring up something till I answer that question. I'm not sure. But we're going to get Comic-Con at home next month, and I'm definitely excited for that. Hopefully we get some more information. Hopefully we're going to get some news about, the finale pretty soon. I'm not sure when that's going to be. But no, I know what I was going to talk about. Got me back. Samantha Morton. You guys know who the Samantha Morton is. Samantha Morton is Alpha on the show, or was Alpha on the show, right? So she is a character that we liked. We didn't really like Alpha that much. I mean, the actor did great. I think the idea of the Alpha was cast perfectly. Samantha Morton did a great job. Samantha Morton is awesome. She was in, Minority Report and so many other things. I just found out yesterday that she is the daughter-in-law of I'm blanking on his name. Ian, the guy who just died from Lord of the Rings. He was in what other movie was he in? I was like, wow, he's that guy. He was in Lord of the Rings. He was in what's The Fifth Element? And Ian Holm. Thank you, Rob K. That's her father-in-law. The guy just not Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen's still alive. Yes, Ian Holm. That is her father-in-law. And then Samantha Morton's daughter plays in Hannah, who's the main actress in that Amazon show Hannah that I believe got picked up for a season 2. So I'm like, man, Samantha Morton's got these connections to, all these things. And Andrew Lincoln is the son-in-law of the, I think the lead singer of Judas Priest. And I'm like, what the heck? We got some big connecting points here with a lot of these, different actors in there too. But I was like, man, we're losing a lot of characters. We're losing a lot of people this year, and it's one of those crazy things. So hopefully you're safe and sound and secure, and just keep pressing on. I was like feeling it the other day too. I was like, man, it's June, the middle of June. Half the year is over. What's the last half going to be, right? You got this first half. It was like a blink of an eye. It's June. Next is going to be July. We're going to have San Diego Comic-Con at home. We're going to have movies coming back around. I don't even know, that's what it was. Thank you, Christy. It was an Alien. He was an Alien. I was like, it was the guy in Alien? Oh, my God. I love that guy. But he's the guy. He is the cyborg guy who gets ripped apart. And I saw a thing that the next Alien movie, it is relying on Sigourney Weaver coming back. And I hope so. I really hope Sigourney Weaver comes back to that franchise, because she would be a breath of fresh air. And definitely check out that Reunited Apart. Sigourney Weaver, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, they're great in that. Definitely check it out. Ghostbusters, Reunited Apart, definitely pretty cool too. So definitely check it out. It's cool. I think it's like 20 minutes or so. But they're great. I love seeing those. And I would love for The Walking Dead to do that in some way, to have a Zoom call or some Q&A or something on there too, because we just want answers. We just want to know, when is it possible that we're going to get the episode? What's the deal with season 11? Are they going to plan to film this year? Are they going to do something, right? So it'd be pretty cool if they did Chris Hardwick interview with Angela Kang, Scott Gimple, Greg Nicotero, whoever. If they can answer it, if they can't, they can have pre-scripted questions, so they can have that, so no one throws anyone for a loop. So it's pretty cool too. So Anders Lynn says, what about Gabriel in Starship Troopers? Classic. That's true. Young Father Gabriel, Seth Gilliam in Starship Troopers. That's a classic. I remember seeing that movie in the theater, and I was like, wow, this is kind of a crazy movie. But it's pretty cool when you see actors like Xander Berkeley is in Terminator 2. You're like, oh, that's Gregory. Xander Berkeley's over there. He's in this movie, And you see certain actors from shows, whether it's old or new, and you're watching it, it's like pretty crazy too. So Thank you guys for bearing with me with this technical difficulties. I guess this is part 6 of how we do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, being true to yourself, stay safe, be, who you can be. I think I'm just connecting. I think I'm reconnecting right back as I finished off my thing, and I think it's coming back for it there too. I think, yeah, that's how it works, right? If you just let it go, let it roll, let it keep going on there too. So thank you guys for being a part of it. And let me just end that again. I don't know where I ended up, if it went through or not, so I'll just go through it again for good measure. Thank you guys for being a part of the stream, being a part of it. Thank you being a valued member. Patreon, a subscriber, a valued, PT Peak level 1, 2, or 3. We truly means the world to us. You're being a part of something. Help us support this channel to go on for a long time. I'll be back next Sunday for another live stream. Hopefully we'll have only one part, but this is part 5, 6 of it. Thank you for staying with us. I truly appreciate it. Check out Fight For Us if you want to check it out. There's been a lot of people talking and talking about it. So people like it. Some people love to hate on it, and I'm not sure why. Because if you read it, I think you'll enjoy it. But that's what people do. They love to just spew that junk. It's what they do. But ultimately, guys, thank you guys for being here. And I'll finish with thank you guys for being a part of the channel. I truly appreciate it. Remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, staying true to yourself, blocking out the haters, blocking out the trolls. Stay positive. Keep working. Keep grinding. Stay safe. And we love you guys.